Hello, YouTube and the world. All of my 5 or it looks like 10 friends or so that watch this. Any of you not currently aware of what we're looking at? I am looking at an island created on Worlds Adrift Island Creator. And yes, so as you might have guessed, today I want to talk to you about this game. Not the World Creator specifically, but Worlds Adrift. This is a game I cannot wait for. As a few of my closest friends know, I am ecstatic about the prospect of starting to record Skies of Arcadia for the channel. Ideally, I want to get a few of you guys involved in it so that we can all take up some character voices. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. Me and Anken, anyone who isn't a close friend of mine, let me just fill you in with the blanks here. I've got a close friend called Anken who helps me with a lot of my tech difficulties. I actually do all the recording and etc. myself, but I'm having this issue where I want to record and specifically I want to play a game so that my friends across the globe can see it almost at the same time that I am playing it. You know, I want there to be as little latency as possible between us. The reason why is because I want many of us to perform the voices of an RPG of a game that's very, very dear to me called Skies of Arcadia. Now, why am I talking about Skies of Arcadia so much on this video about Worlds Adrift? Well, it's because Worlds Adrift, one of their big, the creators themselves, they said one of the big inspirations of this game, Worlds Adrift, was Skies of Arcadia. Now, me and many other people that love Skies of Arcadia always wished there would be a sequel. And we were, you know, sort of disappointed that that never came to be. But this game, as much as I can possibly explain it to you, is going to be sort of the MMO Skies of Arcadia do-it-yourself sequel. You know, we're going to be writing the stories, us as players. It's a fantastic opportunity. And oh, here you get to watch me fall into the abyss. It's quite daunting. Can you imagine this in the game, in Worlds Adrift? Like, if you just run out of any ability to hook onto islands. Now, yeah, let's quickly drop that and watch sunset by going over here. I think I just dug a hole in my island somewhere here. But anyway, so yes, now this game, as you can see, they've chosen an art style, and I personally think it's beautiful. I'm really excited for it. But you're going to be able to build your own ships. Like, really, I mean, ground up build your ships, you know? They're going to be things like where you can design the actual hull shape. This little graveyard I have here. Where you can design the actual hull shape in its entirety. You can apply all the plating, be it wood or metal or whatever you want to do it. You know, you can set like levels and decks inside of your ship. And your ship is your home. You travel this world. You know, as you can see, you can start. Any of you who know Skies of Arcadia, you can see it. The influences already, you know, like the Little Jack, the Delphinus, where you're, you know, this is your home. Hell, even the Claudia, as it was to Gilda, you know, it's, my goodness. Any of you excited about this Skies of Arcadia game as well? Just to mention, it is coming. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do. My sister, believe it or not, my little sister, 4 years my junior, has actually expressed some interest in perhaps voicing a character if we have to do the whole thing through local only gaming, where, you know, where I've got maybe Paul and Nina, that is the name of my sister, you know, sat behind me, and I'll play the game, we'll all voice the game, we'll chat between between all the story elements. But anyway, so that's another time, another thing. I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. One of my favourite games ever. So now, more about this game is you've got, as you can see, this grappling hook which responds like to everything. So this tree I've inserted here and all over the place, because obviously I've built this island by hand. You can actually cut this down and harvest it for resources. So even though it's a temporary prop in our world, you know, it's just a temporary piece of environment, you can still interact with it as though it were, look, I can wrap the rope around it as though it were a sort of permanent resident here. And so yeah, you can, another thing is, sadly in the island creator I can't really think of an easy way to show you, but objects can just move freely. So if I chopped this down and started trying to roll off the side, the weight of it would try to take me off the side. But if I wrapped this around a rock or something, and then grabbed onto the item that was falling off, then wrapped the rope around here, that would act as leverage against it, like physical, real world mechanics being applied, and helping me with a weight that I cannot gain traction on the ground. I don't have strength enough to pull it up on my own. And again, you can have multiple people hooked onto this object to pull it up, and you know, more people the merrier, the more strength you have. So the game, as you can tell, very physics-based. They really want an emphasis on that. They're going to have things like cannonballs will fire at ships, and it won't be the cannonball does 20 damage to whatever it impacts or whatever. It will be, this cannonball is this weight traveling at this speed, and it's going to hit an object, and the object is made out of this material, so it will do this much damage. You know, as in, it all comes from a calculation of physics, you know, and how much that momentum is going to upset another person's momentum. Like when you get hit with an arrow, it's not because the arrow dealt 35 damage to you or whatever, it's because you got hit by a very sharp object moving very fast in your face. You know, if someone just gets out an arrow, holds it in their hand and throws it at you, it's going to do nothing. You know, so this game, it's pretty stunning. It's pretty stellar. Now, as I say, I'm just in an island creator. I'm just sort of showing off the aesthetics whilst talking about it here. I will be putting a link to this. Oh, there you go. I think my character would have died there were I not in an island creator, so I'm in like a free roam simulator, as it were. This game, I bet you I won't even scratch the surface talking about it in the 10 minutes I've allotted myself. So I will put a description of it, a link to it in the description, even. There we are. Eventually, words, you know. So yes, and any of you interested in like game designing that lot, have a crack at making a ship. Have a crack right now at making an island. You know, that I doubt this will ever be seen in the game, which is a shame. I quite like it. I'll quickly give you, if I halt the time right now to, let's call it midday or so, somewhere around midday. So, you know, I've made all sorts of little caverns, so there's this sort of bit of deformed rock in here where you can go in here, little cavern, you know, for pirates to hang out or whatever, which I hope will be missed, although anyone watching this video knows about that now. There are all these sort of walkways are done in the eroded, worn rock. I kind of designed this one loosely in my head. I had the Pirate Island or Crescent Island rather in Skies of Arcadia in my mind. So, you know, old ruins of buildings and things that were when this was used as a base long ago. The story I've given it is, you know, modern people just see it like all sorts of shrines and relics around this place, and even confuse these rocks here in this sort of meeting point as a nest. You know, like they think it belongs to a bird. I actually got a comment saying, why did you use rocks as eggs? And I was like, it's meant to be people getting it confused with eggs. You know, it's something that's just very factual. Now that the world has ended, this is part of the setting of Worlds Adrift. The world is sort of over and, you know, torn apart. Although I think whilst civilization was still very much intact, I get the impression that there were still already floating islands in this world. Let me give you a bit more of an impression how this will look as well. If I turn the clouds on. Now, this is more, can you see how that cloud density, really, look at that as I travel through it. Can you imagine just being lost, looking for islands in the fog and needing to use all your navigation tools to find it? I just think, I can't do this game justice enough. I really should have prepared a script or something, but I'm not too much into the idea of scripting my episodes. I want to keep them a bit informal. You know, perhaps I will need to come back to this and script you something, because I'm sort of running out of how to explain it in the time I've got to you, at the level I think this game is going to be. This is going to be an excellent sandbox MMO adventure romp. You know, Minecraft for the Next Generation is what a particular gaming company called it. Now, I think it's more than that. I think we're going to see elements of many games that I've got a huge interest in like Guns of Icarus and Skies of Arcadia, coming into here, where we have the community forming the rules of the world and like what we're going to fight against and things. My clan, the Riders from... let's give you a bit of backstory on that. My character name that you see me play under very frequently is Archriel Rider. I created the Riders in Guns of Icarus, thinking that Guns of Icarus would become like an adventure, you know, world adventure exploring game. Sadly, it didn't quite get there in the end. They decided, actually, we quite like this battle system. Now, they want to keep working towards getting it to be like an open adventure at some point, but I think it's a long way off. And right now this game is much closer to that, and I'm very excited that you can build your own ships, because, you know, heck, someone's going to want to build the Delphinus and whatever, you know, heck, even the Little Jack. But yeah, this game is exciting to me. We can see they've already got physics in place for harpoons. They have announced sky whales will be a thing. That's actually a thing. In fact, there's going to be a lot of PvE creaturoids and, you know, like animals to interact with through the world, both in the skies and on the islands themselves. So, you know, this could just be one of many islands that you approach, and, you know, here you are. Maybe you want to use it as a base, so you go into this little nook, you park your ship down here, under here, you can live in that little house. You know, all sorts of beautiful things are possible. I've seen people, I won't put it on because I didn't design the island, but check out Phoenix's, I think it's called, hold on, I've got the name here, I believe. No, perhaps I don't have the name for you, but I think it's called something like Anchorage Isle. I strongly suggest you guys check that out. I've got it here, uploads, subscriptions. Yes, Anchorage Isle. That was made by Phoenix. It looks great. That's going to be like, you can see that being a hub to ships, and yeah, well, heck, an armada is probably going to absolutely run that place rampant until they own it and then guard it ferociously as their island. I myself want to be part of, as I say, this group, the Riders, where we're just nomadic explorers, very much the Blue Rogue sort of thing, where, you know, we might set up temporary headquarters, but our home is where the wind takes us. You know, we are riders of the wind, and we will, yeah, we'll bend that to our adventurers' will. We will probably not be pirates in like the black pirate sense. You know, I don't think we'll be robbing unprovoked off anybody, except for sort of very militaristic, oppressive factions. Like there's a faction already rising up called the Sky Armada, and they have announced, right, we just want to rule the world with an iron fist. We're just going to, you know, take everything from everybody, and we will be the empire that controls it all. Instant perfect role-playing bad guy for our, you know, for our little things. That gives us something to be the, you know, it's the Sheriff of Nottingham for our Robin Hood. It's fantastic. And this is all just player created. The game developers have created a world, gone, here you go, now have fun. And I can't wait for that. I really cannot wait for that. If any of you are into sky ships and things, then yeah, fantastic. I might put in a little bit of footage of me playing around on a sky ship from one of the betas that I've been in, or rather alphas even, that I was in. But I'm not quite sure how the NDA works around that at the moment. I don't know if that's been lifted at all to get any footage from those early builds. I'm probably going to lean on the side that it isn't. Anyway, so I've dribbled on long enough. Let's see. How far are we? In fact, I've got about 15 seconds. Is that left to talk to you? Wait, is my timer counting up or down? Oh, this timer is useless. I have no idea. Anyway, so thank you very much for hearing some of my rambling. This will be just that, I'm afraid. This video is just rambling. I might have to cut things down, make them more accessible in another video. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, and I really hope you check out this game. I think it's just going to be tremendous. A couple of little things I must tack onto the end. There will be weather, there will be storms, there will be wind walls that are treacherous parts of the sky that are so hard to get through. Unless you have built your ship to a certain standard, you're not going to be able to progress through them without being torn apart. There are going to be piloting challenges, you know, for you and your crew to actually get through certain sections of sky. Heck, even just get through certain occupied territories in sky by both PvE and PvP. This game is what we make of it, and it's the setting. I couldn't love it more. So you'll see me there. Anyone who wishes to join me, welcome aboard. Bye.